Hi, my name is Nate Gilbert, attorney in San Antonio, Texas, and today I want to talk a little bit about anonymity when it comes to LLCs. This is a common concern of individuals and other companies that are forming LLCs in Texas. In Texas, when you look up on the Secretary of State's website an entity and you find the certificate of formation for that entity, you are going to be able to see the name and address of that particular entity's managers or members. That can be concerning for some folks, depending on the kind of business you have or the privacy concerns that you might have. But I don't want folks to take it too far and to think of this as something that solves really big problems. So first off, ways to achieve that anonymity include using a Wyoming LLC. You can use a Wyoming LLC that you form in Wyoming to serve as the member and manager of the LLC in Texas. And when you look up on the Texas Secretary of State website, you will see the certificate of formation with the Wyoming LLC's information, name and address for the membership or manager position in that particular LLC. So the other side of that coin is you can have your name on the LLC as the member or manager and then use a USPS post office box or some kind of online virtual mailbox type situation. You can't use those for registered agents as we cover in other videos, but you can use those for your initial mailing address and the manager's mailing address. Now, I think that's usually enough for most folks. Where we get confused on the Wyoming LLC anonymity aspects and where I think it gets overblown is for smaller real estate companies in particular, where the individuals are interacting with the tenants that they have in those properties to begin with. So if you have 3 or 4 rental properties and you're personally collecting rent on those properties, or your tenants are dropping it off at your house address or whatever, having anonymity might be, a little bit more than you'd want to deal with. But it can be something that you would, if you want to have it, you of course are able to do it. These are just a few of the ways to do it. What I don't want people to do is think of anonymity as something that solves a liability problem. From a liability perspective, just being anonymous in an LLC is not going to add an extra layer of protection in any sense of the word, okay? So when we're looking at that, just because when I look up on the Secretary of State's website, I don't see your name or address listed there, that does not mean that you are going to automatically be immune from lawsuits. Okay, so you can be sued. We're going to find out the names and addresses of the individual members of the LLC, especially if we go past any kind of discovery process. There are absolutely ways to do this. If you speak with any personal injury attorney or civil litigation attorney, they've never been foiled by the idea that we didn't have the members listed on the Secretary of State's website. Okay, it's just not something that I want clients to rely on. Anonymity, bottom line is it's a personal preference. You can have your name and number on there. You can have your name and address. You can have the virtual mailbox. You can form a Wyoming LLC. You want to do any of those things, that's fine. Just don't make too much out of that. Okay, so that should cover some anonymity aspects. Can be a great thing, can be a little bit overblown, but totally a personal preference.